Everyone stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time, oh, excuse me. If it's your first time here and like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we go live, tap the bell. We go live 30 minutes before market open, Monday through Friday. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up. We currently have the S&P's down 35. We have Dow's down 312, NASDAQ down 101. And I'm feeling a little stuffed. A little stuffed up here. Anyways, and I was gonna short the S&P last night around like 34.40 area. Looks like it would have been a good entry. What's going on, Jeff, Rob, Irwin, Manchild, Wide, Jose? How we doing this morning? If you guys could do me a favor, hit the like button. Rob, I know you good. You're good with it. Hope you guys. Did you guys have a good weekend? Get a good weekend. Unfortunately for me, my weekend was pretty packed. So we sold our house, and yeah, we're moving. So sold the house, packing. So now it's just packing. I'm moving like 3 weeks. So I'm trying to finish all this training material before I leave, before I move. Flooded basement, broken pipes in the house. Oh, jeez. That is not good. Yikes. Well, sorry to hear that, Rob. Hope you can make some money in the market to help pay for that. You probably got insurance, though. So you should be good, but you need money anyways. You need money regardless of your situation, you know? Basement crew, plumber crew coming. Oh, man. Jeez. All right, so let's take a look at kind of what the situation here is. I don't know why that got really zoomed up. SPY currently at 341.70. We have a pretty major week. 15K later, equity in the house. Nice. So SPY, it's at what, 341? So last week, SPY, you know, it came almost tapped the 50-day a couple times, came down. We're going to be sitting at 341. They're saying, you know how CNBC goes. They're saying Dow is set to open down 300 points lower amid coronavirus cases, and like the writers just kind of looking for something here, because they don't know why the market's down, because the market's down. All right, that's why it's down. You know, the sooner that we focus just like on the price action, the more successful it will be. You know, everyone's always like, why is this? Why is that? Why is that? I mean, it doesn't matter. Just the price is what the price is. The price is what the price is. And this is the last major week before, well, this is the last full week before the election. Plus, we have all the tech earnings. Yo, Red Dust, what's going on? If you're just joining, say what up. Tech earnings on deck today. So, or this week. So tech earnings this week. We do have Chegg, we have Twilio. Tomorrow we'll start heating up a lot. Obviously, tomorrow afternoon we're going to have Microsoft and AMD. We do have in the morning Caterpillar, Pfizer, 3M. Then we also have Etsy, eBay, Boeing, UPS. That'll be interesting. I think UPS and Boeing should be pretty interesting. Overstock, Moderna. We got Penn. We also have on Thursday. So Thursday's going to be pretty packed. Amazon, Facebook, Apple, and Google. Twitter. Yo, Daniel Ring, nice to see you, man. Artie. Which ones you guys thinking about trading? You guys thinking about trading any of these earnings? I think for me, you know, kind of my strategy for this week is really to tread lightly, take it easy, not get too wrapped up, because I don't want to be bag holding into next week due to the election's going to be on Tuesday. So, elections on Tuesday. I don't want to be stuck in a position where I'm going to be bag holding positions up until next week or Tuesday. So I'm going to chill. I'm sick of the market. Might liquidate my stocks this week and tread lightly. I think treading lightly is good at any time, Red Dust. I think staying cash right now, especially when we don't know. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with the election, how the market will react. We don't know what's going to happen with any of these earnings. I mean, everything is relatively high. Right now, SPY still, on the year. I mean, we're relatively high. However, if we come back down to the 320 area, I wonder if they're going to take SPY red on the year. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but a lot of people also think that we're out of the woods. You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, oh no, I mean, if we could be green in the pandemic, we could be green at any time. Buy the dip. Which, I mean, there's a strong case for buying the dip. There's a strong case. We got some interesting price action here. I mean, if this was a high, like if you look at SPY, if this 358 is a high, then if 350 area is a high, then what's the next? So this could be bull flagging here, and we're gonna rip up, but we know that there's resistance in here. And this is the same, almost the same area of resistance. We're above where we fell apart before the pandemic, but we're pretty close. Lucky for whichever sucker bought the dip in March. You mean this? You mean the stimulus investors? It wasn't luck. They knew what they were doing. Okay, you put money in, you get money out. However, and like I've been saying, there's been a drastic decrease in the amount of people interested in the stock market and options trading coming from September, especially in October. I mean, YouTube numbers are down. Other YouTubers are down. Google Trends saying the turn for stock market and options trading is heading lower. You know why? Is because it got freaking hard. People are like, oh, I just can't. I saw people like losing 20K. 10K, 6K. I mean, I lost some money in here too, but it wasn't like going to discourage me from my mission. I did lose some money. Into this dip, but I'm still here, and that's why you can't don't trade all your account. Don't trade your full account. Yeah, what's going on, Oliver? I mean, this is that. I think that's the biggest lesson for people that lost in here was all about risk management. The people that managed their risk properly and got out alive are still going to see green days, right? The people that didn't manage their risk got incinerated, and then those are the people like, oh, it's the stock market is a scam, the stock market's a joke. There's no way it should be crashing like this. There's no way. There's no reason for it. But if you focus more on price and stop caring about the why, you'll be okay. When I tell people that I'm a trader and they say, oh, my friend started that during lockdown too. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's something fun my son's doing to stay busy. Yeah, I gave him 5K and he's turned it into 1. That's something. There's no sports. They're not allowing him to go outside, and I don't know what to do with him. He's on Twitch all day. Fortnite's not what it used to be. He's having trouble. So here's 5K. Stay on my hair. I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm gonna pull it up here. I mean, I posted it on the Facebook. I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is on business. This is on Business Week. This is on Bloomberg right here. We got William right here. We got William. He said, I would get a nice rush from sports betting. When I started putting the money into Robinhood, then I started feeling that same rush. Will Sartain, 19, on getting into trading during the pandemic. That's his official quote that made Bloomberg. You know, a lot of us traders, we work hard, we give good analysis, we provide a lot to the options trading community, spend hours and hours of time, and we never get on Bloomberg. Will got on Bloomberg. He's 19 years old. His job description right here is Robinhood user, and he got into trading during the pandemic. And from the looks of it, he probably doesn't have much left. His dad probably knew somebody, or his mom probably knew somebody. Let's just be honest. But the fact that this post made it to Bloomberg Business Week Instagram, I mean, it's just hilarious. Hilarious. I'm not making this up. This is real. Anyways. Sorry, I'm trying to wake you guys up here a little bit. So, Qs. People bought at all-time lows, calling themselves traders. It's all right. It's all right, Oliver. From my experience, they don't keep it. They don't keep it. People make a lot of money. People make a lot of money all the time. The question is, can you keep it? People make a lot of money outside the stock market. Can you keep it? That's the question. Qs are also at an interesting area, currently at 282 area right in here. Last week, this actually did tap the 50-day once, bounced back up. This is pretty interesting. What they did here on the Qs is they ripped it down the one day, and then they literally kept it flat the next four. We had some nice intraday action, which is good, but it's using the 10-day as resistance and the 50-day as support. So the question is, are we going to break this right in here? Are we going to break this where we're at right now? There's going to be the thing is, yes, the market's down right now, but you're going to have a lot of people that want to get in for earnings. People are going to want to get in before Apple. People are going to want to get in for Facebook. People are going to want to get in for Amazon. This is going to push the NASDAQ, I think. So that's why I'm not going to be necessarily swing trading the S&P or the NASDAQ, because people are going to want to buy Microsoft. But I don't necessarily think that these, I think a lot of it's going to be baked in. Microsoft, I think that Microsoft probably has some pretty decent upside because it hasn't had that much of an explosive growth. On Microsoft, last quarter, they actually went down a little bit, but relatively they're in the same area. Apple's still up relatively high from last earnings because mainly due to the stock split. It's been hanging on, but I think this chart is relatively ugly in here. I'm just salty this week because I'm waiting for WRTC earnings. Zoom maybe getting pandemic jump. Yeah, anytime they bring up the coronavirus spiking, Zoom gets a spike. It's at 520 right now, pre-market. But as you can see here, you just want to be very careful around the 520 area. Definitely has fallen apart. This thing skyrocketed to 550 and came all the way down to 500. Sold off 10%. So if you don't know what you're doing or you're not confident, Zoom is not the one. If you're not confident in your options trading ability, Zoom's hard. Zoom is hard. It's tough. It's tough up in here, The question is what's priced in and what's not priced in at Zoom at this point? I'm afraid for their earnings. They can obviously go up on hype and they can go up on news, like coronavirus spikes, but that's not necessarily going to make them go up in terms of their fundamentals, in terms of earnings. I know the stocks don't trade on fundamentals, but when earnings comes, it definitely is a reality check whether the company is doing well or not. And that was the whole thing. Some people are like, we should get away from quarterly earnings. We should get away from we should do earnings once a year or twice a year. Like we report taxes. We report taxes once a year. But what I like about quarterly earnings, I mean, options trading creates good opportunity, but it gives you an insight to what that company is doing, what the company is thinking, and they have to give you the raw data, the numbers, like how's things looking in the future. What like if they were to kick the can once a year, these prices would run rampant, would go crazy. There would be no resets, and then that once a year they did report earnings, it'd freaking be a bombshell report, and things would explode, and the stock market would be wrecked. I think, So I think it would be. I think quarterly earnings is good because people are like, it's a lot of pressure for the CEO. It's a lot of. I'm like, guy CEO of $1 trillion, $2 trillion company. Yes, it's going to be a lot of pressure. We all face a lot of pressure in all of our jobs. And if you don't like that job, don't be the CEO. Don't do it. If you don't like the job, if you don't like the pressure, you think if you're at the CEO of $1 trillion company, you think it's going to be easy? You think you're going to have a good time all the time? I'm sure there's perks and all that, but the CEO of these companies, I mean, they basically work and then they die. It's not. I mean, you have to love what you do. You have to love what you do. Warren Buffett, he loves what he does, but he sacrificed everything, including his whole family. I don't know if that's something you want to do. Some people don't care. But it is what it is. I mean, Warren Buffett has all that wealth, but he's not rich in relationships. Hate to say it. Not hard for Elon Musk. He just tweets 420 and Tesla shoots up. I don't know. I think Elon probably has it worse than most. Elon probably has it way worse than most. PayPal. DJ Maystar. Yeah, let's look at PayPal. So PayPal doesn't have earnings till November 2nd. As you guys know, PayPal incorporated, they're incorporating crypto right now. PayPal's incorporating Bitcoin, crypto. Got a nice bump, but it sold all the way off. I think that right now is at 200. I think if it can't hold this area, I mean, we're going to see the 190, 195 area on PayPal. I think you'll still get a bump up, but I think it got a little bit overhyped. Regular goals make money, raise a family. Elon goes go to Mars. Yeah, he's like, screw that. And he just got a baby. He's got other kids too, right? I think so. Somebody brought up was Keon GM. I don't know if you're still here. Keon GM. If you guys could do me a favor, hit the like button. Definitely appreciate it. GM had a nice rip. I mean, they have. I mean, I don't know if this is why they went up, but they have some hype around the Hummer. They don't have earnings till November 5th currently. So I would expect them to pull back a little bit, honestly, for me. Like, I think they should come back down to like the 34 area. That's what I'm thinking. But I mean, they met resistance here, 38 coming back. I think the 34 area would be ideal support for GM to come back to. Kind of my game plan. My game plan today, though, is pretty much just trading the S&P and NASDAQ futures and then trying to see if there's any earnings plays I want to do, like Twilio. The thing with Twilio, I don't know if anyone trades Twilio here. I mean, they're a pretty ginormous stock now. They've just ripped and ripped and ripped. This one is definitely going to be, I mean, they have earnings after hours today, but I think that it's going to be a tough one. Expected move, $28 bucks. Implied volatility is at 100. So implied volatility, not that rich. Expected move is 28, so we're like at right around 8 to 9% expected move to the upside or to the downside. Premium's rather expensive, so if I could find something that makes sense. Last earnings they were relatively flat, so if I could sell some premium in here, would be ideal, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. Chegg, another one. Chegg, college just ramped back up. College is back in session. This is moving back up to all-time highs here. However, it was obviously rather choppy last week, but I think Chegg, where are they at right now? Their expected move $14, which is pretty big, and a 77% implied volatility. Not that high, and they only have monthly, so I'm not loving this as much, but I mean it does move pretty well, especially for day trading. Can't believe Snap is holding up in the 4s. Yeah, I pulled up Snap this morning. I did a double cycle. I'm like, is the chart wrong? Is this wrong? But yeah, Snap is absolutely just killing it. I mean, I think there's going to be pullback, but you don't want to get into the way of this. You want to lay in on some weakness. You don't really want to get on this just yet, Facebook actually. So Facebook, I think could squeeze up. I mean, if people get ambitious, Facebook could squeeze up to 300 pre-earnings. I do think that. I don't know if the market's going to allow it though. Right now it's at 283. I mean, they had a wild run at the end of the day on Friday on Facebook from 278 all the way up to 284, 285 area. So I think that by Thursday, it could run up, so it could create a day trade opportunity there, but you want to be careful. There's going to be a lot of hype this week. Doesn't actually mean that the numbers are actually true. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a lot of hype. Doesn't actually mean that they're going to do well on earnings. And a lot of people are going to be trading Facebook and Twitter this week because Snap did so well. Because they're going to be like, hey, Snap did well. I'm going to do the same trade on Twitter. I'm going to do the same trade on Facebook. And hope that it explodes up 30%. Chances of that happening are not great, by the way. If it does happen, great, but chances of that happening are slim. Jumia's up now too. Yo, Childress, what's going on? Just join in, say what up. Also, I am pins, just curious, just because of Snap. Yeah, so you want to be careful of the sympathy plays. We do have Pinterest earnings for Wednesday. FSLY, I know a lot of people here traded FSLY as well. They have earnings on Wednesday as well. They've already kind of broke the bad news to people. Like, hey guys, it's not all that it seems. Okay, chill. It's interesting that they crashed the stock before earnings. So either earnings are going to be really, really bad, or they wanted to lower expectations ahead of earnings. I mean, it's very dangerous right here for this stock. I mean, it's crazy how high this stock has ran from $10 to $136. But on this stock, you want to be very careful not to buy the dip. And a lot of people are just buying the dip blindly. I would definitely see what's in the reports. Teladoc. So yeah, Teladoc has earnings this week as well. Manchild, what's going on? Teladoc. I mean, I think that this is I actually think that it's looking pretty good for a bull case here. I don't think that they're necessarily going to go down, but the question is what is priced in at this point. Last earnings ripped up, we came back down. So we're at the same price we were last earnings. So the question is it just priced in, or what's the situation here? I would be worried about it being priced in. Microsoft for earnings. So I think Microsoft's cloud business, obviously explosive. They have Microsoft Teams, Office 365, explosive. However, they don't necessarily move a lot during earnings. As you can see, like back in the pandemic, didn't move a lot. Last quarter, they didn't move a lot. So unless they have some groundbreaking numbers, I don't anticipate it to move a lot. In the market right now is expecting a $9 move plus or minus. Implied volatility low 49%. So I mean, what you could do here is put on like a strangle play, like be bullish or bearish, but just be mindful that if you did a trade like that, I think I would look at like a bullish or bearish strangle depending on what the position you want to go. And I'd go out to like November. I would go out to like November 20th, and I would buy something like that out here. I wouldn't trade the weeklies. I would go 25, 30 days on that. If you're gonna buy premium for earnings, do not trade this week's expiration or even next week's. If you want to buy premium, go out 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. That's what you want to do. Like that. That's why people are like, I can't afford it. Then don't trade it. Don't trade it. Like when you're trading, you want to be successful. You want the end result to be profitable. And if you can't afford that stock, don't trade that stock. Yo, Luke, what's going on? Just because I'm trading it or other people are trading it or whatever, I mean, there's stocks that are just way overpriced, and obviously we're not trading them. Like we're not trading options on Berkshire, I mean. Zoom in run up again for the virus, boosting up again. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, so in Illinois, we're pretty exposed to, so our governor is on the extreme side, okay? He would shut down everything. So last week, starting Friday, he shut down dining in for like 4 counties, which is horrible, horrible, horrible. Like they're shutting down dining in, even though restaurants only account for 6% of COVID outbreaks. And it's interesting to me. So normally Illinois is rather compliant, and they're like, okay, whatever the government says. I mean, the people listen, But this time they're like, no, we're not doing it, because these businesses are literally on the brink of bankruptcy. They made it through. They had a little bit of a stimulus, but they're saying, hey, you should shut down, and there's no stimulus. No, bro. No. So I don't agree with that. I don't agree. If you're asking somebody to shut down their business, you should give them something in return. Otherwise, let them stay open. You know what I mean? I don't know about bars. I don't know about bars, Red Dust. Well, the 6% thing I'm talking about, so the Illinois Restaurant Association actually provided those numbers. I don't know if 6% is an Illinois thing or in nationally, but 6% they were saying in our state it's 6%. I'm sure, like if you go to Wisconsin, Tennessee, Missouri, other places in the Midwest, Ohio, I'm sure it's a lot different. You're moving to Indiana? I'll never move to Indiana, bro. I will never move to Indiana. Nashville was suppressing info on their outbreaks at bars and restaurants because there were way more cases in nursing homes. And yeah. I mean, Illinois is a lot different than Tennessee, Luke. Illinois is a lot different. Everyone wears masks. Everyone's respectable. Everyone. If you see someone without a mask on and someone says, hey, put a mask on, they do it right away. There's no brawling. There's no fighting. It's actually pretty civil. Now, when you get to Wisconsin, that thing's Wild West. Tennessee is crazy. I mean, property taxes are low compared to Illinois. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, sounds crazy. I don't know if you heard from this, but I'm actually moving. I sold my house, took advantage of the pandemic pricing, sold my house, and I'm currently looking for a place to go. No shoes, no shirt, no pants, no service. Yeah, that's what it's like in Illinois. Like, you can't go anywhere without a mask, which, I mean, is good and bad, but there's also some extremes. All right, market just open. We have S&P's down 27, Dow's down 266, NASDAQ down 73. Microsoft's pumping up a little bit. What we got Apple at? Apple pumping up. Kind of see what happens here. VIX up. Man, that thing's up 8%. 8%. Tap 30. I do think that VIX is going to go above 30 pre-election though. VXX only up 2%. Take care, Luke. Apple downgraded. Yeah, I saw that downgrade, but I mean, I take it into consideration, but downgrades are rarely, I mean, it depends if the market reacts to the downgrade or not. Bro, went to Popeyes. My man is like, I need you to step back. Had a mask. No one in the store. Chicago was crazy cautious. He's like, yeah, and he's got like this bulletproof thick glass so that the virus doesn't come in. And you got a little slot and puts the sandwich through. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty intense here, which means like, so the restaurant industry is the most highly regulated industry. The hospitality industry is highly, most regulated, and they're going to be the first ones to shut down, bro. Come on, man. I just feel bad because, a lot of the business owners are just regular people. They're not big corporations. They don't have shareholders. They don't have money. If you don't have money, you're done, and people are like, oh, why didn't they plan for this? Why didn't they do that? Like they didn't. How are they going to plan for the pandemic? They didn't get. They weren't able to. They weren't able to plan for that. And restaurant industry margins are tight. Margins aren't like they're making millions per customer or anything like they do in the tech industry. And we enjoy those restaurants, and a lot of those restaurants are going to be going away and going to be mostly corporate food chains. And that's the state of the future right now. If we keep this path, now I do think we are doing things to keep the numbers down. All right, Apple turned green, but we can't shut down everything. Lulu's on the move, so Apple hopped up green. Let's see, it's gonna be interesting here. Lululemon has a nice little recovery going on. That was a pretty massive sell-off though, from 350 to 316. Come back up. I haven't traded Lulu in a while. Maybe I'll look into it. Got a little dicey below the 50-day. It's trying to make a run back up to the 50-day right now on Lululemon. We got in 297. Nice, man. Rent is very high on restaurants, locations, everything. They can't operate at 25%. Yeah, I mean, it's just not possible. Not possible. Yeah, I mean, I think 2021, 2022, I mean, everything's going to be looking a whole lot different. For better and for worse. I mean, things will be good, but things will also be horrible for a lot of people. Gold's up a little bit. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the whole Bitcoin run here? Bitcoin broke out, shot to a high. What do you guys think? BA getting smacked as usual. Yeah, Boeing has earnings this week, so we want to be careful about Boeing. Oh man, yeah, you're right. Oof. Boeing just took a major hit. But yeah, Bitcoin is tricky. Yeah, Bitcoin is just kind of like a buy and hold if you want to get into it, You don't really want to, but Bitcoin's up because JP Morgan said that they turned bullish on Bitcoin. It can go up 10 times more than what it is currently. So that's why Bitcoin is getting upgrades. Also, they had a good week. PayPal said they're going to support Bitcoin on their platform. So like I was saying a year ago, 2 years ago, what I've always been saying, if the mainstream supports Bitcoin, Bitcoin will succeed. Bitcoin will grow. But if the mainstream does not support Bitcoin, Bitcoin is going to have a hard time reaching that point where at this point it needs mainstream appeal. You need to be able to use it. Like if I could PayPal you, like people understand PayPal. If I can PayPal you some Bitcoin, That will make sense to people. But people don't understand because they're like, what's Coinbase? What's a crypto wallet? What's cold storage? Why am I getting hacked? You know what I mean? Like, that's like, people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand the technology. But if it goes into like your bank starts supporting Bitcoin, stuff like that, that's when it will start to make a lot more sense for people. It's like, oh, it's actually just like the money we have now in terms of the way in terms of the way that I'm looking at it. Like, if I want to send you $5 in Bitcoin, I just send you $5 in Bitcoin, right? But people don't understand. But people don't understand the whole technology. And a lot of people, honestly, they don't care about the technology. They just want to say, hey, what's the easiest way for me to send money? Like, that's the thing. What's the easiest way for me to send money to my friend? That's why we have Venmo, Square, PayPal, right? So I think Bitcoin, it has some appeal, but it needs mainstream appeal for it to really take off instead of just hype. It needs support. Just like developers, like, why do you think Windows 10 phone or Windows Phone didn't support? There was no development. People weren't developing for it because it didn't make sense for me to invest to develop on that platform. That's why Windows Phone failed. Same for Bitcoin. If it doesn't make sense for business, it doesn't make sense to support it, it doesn't make sense to do it. People are like, oh, I like the Windows Phone. I mean, you may have liked the Windows Phone, but it didn't go mainstream. Because Bill Gates isn't smart, he's just rich and bought DOS. Well, I mean, the best ideas are stolen. I mean, I'm just saying, still, Steve Jobs, I mean, stole stuff from Steve. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Yeah, Boeing's getting smacked. DKNG down to 42. DKNG's been having a rough go. I haven't put out a trade on it for a while. I've just been watching it, but it's been rough. Qs, look at the Qs. Qs have been ramping this morning. I mean, this thing ramped from 282, low 282s up to 284. So can it hold is the question. Looks like it's the buy the dip on the market. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's going to be a hard week because we have a lot of catalysts. Catalyst, earnings week, big. But then I don't think anybody wants to really bag hold into the election on Tuesday. You know what I mean? So I think if you're profitable, take profits. Rinse and repeat. That's going to be my goal. Rinse and repeat. Take the profits, rinse and repeat. Not get greedy. Just take your money. If you make $100, you make $500, just take it. Don't try to rack it up thousands, Now's not the time. Now's not the time to be aggressive. Bill Gates bought instead of a Tesla IQ test for the rich. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to trust people that wear khaki pants. I'll just be honest with you. If khaki pants is the main item in your wardrobe, I mean, it's hard to trust you. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I mean, if you're that rich and you can wear anything, and you choose khaki pants, I'm just saying. It's hard to trust you. Oh, man. Yeah, Teladoc is ripping. Yeah, I think Teladoc could have a good earnings, but we'll see. Absolutely was up 1,500 in Peloton on Friday, had a price target of 5 point lower, ended up losing that gain in the whole value of option at $1,000. Dang, bro. Yeah. Now is not the time to get aggressive. I say it again. Now is not the time to get aggressive. You want to take your profits. Take your profits because you can redeploy that 1,500 well, you would have had 2,500, I guess, if you were up 1,500 on a $1,000 trade. I mean, what more did you want, man? Well, you go up 150%. Let's take it. That's big. I was up 30% on Facebook last week. I took that right away. I was like, man, I'm nervous. And New Balance running shoes, yeah. He doesn't have the grass stains though. He doesn't have the grass stains. He doesn't. Oh, great. It's snowing outside. People are like, did you get any blinds in your office? No, it's because it's always dark and gloomy, and now it's snowing. Had a price target on a put, was aiming for another 5 according to my charts. Yeah, if Red Dot, set a options price target for a percentage that you're willing to accept. Yeah, it's freaking snowing here, man. Like, all right, Dow's coming back down. S&P's got smacked. Qs are holding up, but SPY got smacked here at 342.60. Dow came back down to 350. Today's gonna be a little tricky, guys. Buy Snappy options 2021 is when Snapchat replaces Facebook. Listen, grandmas are not going to be signing up on Snapchat. Oh man, they're taking it down now. Clean double top here on the 5-minute at 342.60. They just smacked that down. Yeah, looks like I'll be watching today and kind of looking for an entry here, because this is tough. It says my grandma's already on it making duck face. Yikes. Anyways. Yo, Square's getting pounded too. Square, anybody here trading Square is down again. And that got smacked hard. Square can come down to the lower 160s here. This does not look good. This does not look good for Square. Yeah, Dow's just getting hit. Yeah, Dow does not look good. Boeing's lower 160s. Yeah, I don't think I would want to go long Boeing for earnings, but you never know. They might surprise and be like, the 737 MAX is alive. The thing is, even if they brought the 737 MAX back into production, I mean, travel is so light right now. You know, people are expecting it to be coming back up to where numbers were last year. Like, travel is not coming back like in 2020. It's not. Travel is not coming back in 2020. It might not even come back in 2021. I mean, it really depends on how things go. Because about 10% of Americans have had coronavirus. And 90% of the country is still exposed. And that 90%, I mean, like, if I get it, I get it. But I'm not going to try to get it. You know? You know what I mean? Facebook is holding, though. Facebook's holding pretty well. What's Microsoft doing? So I'm going to be looking at like these stocks, like what they're doing. Like the stocks that may be the safest are the stocks that are going to be reporting earnings this week. We kind of have to see what's going to, like, maybe we can trade a little bit of Microsoft, maybe AMD. What's AMD doing this morning? Yeah, AMD's not doing too bad. Justina, what's going on? But I think that, like, for me personally, I mean, what do you guys think? What's your guys' trade plan this week? Because my trade plan for this week is just to kind of take some off the top, not try to lay too much in. Just kind of relax. I don't want to get too aggressive. But yeah, looks like S&Ps are trying to head a little bit lower here. Man, DraftKings got hit. Snap just turned red. I thought Snap was holding. We'll see. This could, I mean, Snap could easily fall like 10% and still be up a lot. You know what I mean? Whole whales are bluffing. And we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what the banks are doing. Banks right now. Man, JP Morgan got slaughtered down $2.50. Like this 104, 105 area has been definitely trouble for it. I mean, it tried to make a run. Friday made a run. Now it's back down. That's huge. That is huge. Bank of America, same thing. Goldman Sachs. Oh man, Goldman Sachs is about to breach 200 area. And that is crazy. Yeah, the banks are getting killed. We also have energy. Energy's down. XLE, XLP's down. XRT is down as well. Red Dust's going to swing snap puts. Just be careful, man. Home Depot's getting the axe too. Home Depot went from 290 down to 280 in a week. Last 5 trading sessions. Man. Pucker up. Pucker up, Derek says. He's like, pucker up. But, you know, I came out last week green. This week, I'll be looking to go low and slow, come out green as well. Just kind of keep stacking. You know, just low and slow. Low and slow. Alibaba's doing pretty well. Well, they were. Man, Alibaba. Everything's getting smacked. Banks have the most expensive real estate. First bank to close up brick and mortar wins. Well, Oliver, in my area, Bank of America has shuttered a lot of locations. A lot. There used to be, like by my house, there used to be like 3 Bank of Americas. They're all closed. Bank of America's all closed. So maybe they win. Maybe they win. I work at Bank of America. Well, yeah. I mean, I think BMO, they're laying off a lot of people. Because I mean, they're going fully automated. You know, they're going everyone whenever you go there, you use the ATM. Yeah, Tesla, man, child, Tesla's kind of coming back up here. It's pushing. I mean, kind of a mixed day today. So you want to be a little bit careful. Roku's up, Tesla's up, Netflix is up 6 points. The question is, can they hold these gains? Daily cases hit all-time high. Yeah. But, I mean, I think that was kind of expected for... I mean, we've been talking about coronavirus cases running high into the winter. You know? I'm just trying to stay healthy just in general. Like, I don't want to be sick all winter. FedEx, man, FedEx is getting taken out. I mean, it still looks, on the 1 year, still looks relatively bullish. But for the month, if you look at this month, I mean, this could definitely break lower. I mean, it could drop 10 points and not even, I mean, it's dropped 4 points today. It doesn't even look like anything, you know? EA is not doing me any good. What's UPS doing? UPS, because UPS has earnings this week. UPS looks like it's going to break lower as well. It's currently at 170. It's down $2 this morning. Because UPS has earnings on a Wednesday. Let's see, EA. I mean, EA, I kind of have like a love-hate for. So I like gaming, but if you're into gaming, I mean, we know EA is dirty. EA is dirty, but Tesla's popping up though. But EA, I mean, EA could definitely. I don't know my voice. I think EA could bounce from here though. It looks like it's leveling out around here. It could bounce, but if it doesn't, I mean, that's gonna hurt bad. Even dirty money is not making money. Yeah. I mean, it's at the bottom of this range here, Red Dust. So I would, like, for me, well, it's near the bottom. It could go down another couple points. But, like, down in here is bounce territory. So just be mindful. You're in bounce territory. So if you want to bounce, just, it's only down 13 cents today, which is not bad considering. I mean, Dow's down 400 points right now. NASDAQ's only down 9 points, though. So it's recovering. I mean, look at NASDAQ just running. But compared to Dow, I mean, Dow's getting cracked here, and NASDAQ is just ripping. Do you have any open contracts? Not a single one. If you look at my sheet here, I got 0. This is my current portfolio, current positions, 0 positions on right now. So I'm searching for one, but I'm not looking to rush in. I want to kind of see. I kind of want to see where the price actions heads today, and I just kind of want to scalp a little bit, get a little feel for it, because I don't actually know what's going to happen today. I mean, you got some interesting price action. You have NASDAQ running hard. Dow's down almost 400. Was down 400 a few minutes ago. S&Ps look like they want to push up. So I don't want to get trapped, is what I'm saying. I don't want to get trapped. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. If you guys could do me a favor, hit the like button. Man. I just wonder if this is going to hold up here, like NASDAQ is going to hold it. I don't necessarily want to short the NASDAQ yet because I know how many earnings it has this week. So it could run on pre-earnings hype for sure. Snow. Yeah, a lot of people have been trading snow. I mean, it looks interesting. It does look interesting here, but the chart's a little ugly. So I'll see if we can go a little bit lower for me, honestly. I mean, it could bounce up here, but we'll see. We'll see. Man. Yeah, today I think today's going to be a little tricky, so don't get tripped up. Like, it's not going to be a slam dunk today. Amazon, look at that. So Amazon is ripping up 50 points. They have earnings on Thursday. And this is what I say, like, you just don't want to go long, but you just don't want to go short either. So you want to be very mindful of the earnings calendar this week. Nick, when you telling us the secret to Lambo money, I'm telling you right now, this is how you make Lambo money, slow and low. And then when you get all the money, you won't want to buy a Lambo because how much pain and hard work it took you to get. Anybody that's buying a Lambo who started trading it within a year, they're probably not keeping their money, man. Like the crypto boys that cashed out, probably not keeping their money. Like, I would rather be unknown and be the slow and low guy than, hey, this was a trader that made $50 million and lost it all. Like, I would not want to be that guy. I would rather nobody knows about me. Nobody knows what I'm doing. I'm just I'm just doing my thing, low and slow, just chilling, than being the guy that's on CNBC that lost all his millions. You know what I mean? I would not want to be that guy. Like, you want to be the highlighted guy who was successful and then lost all his money? Like, you don't want to do that. Yeah, but Wall Street Bets doesn't pay. At least on CNBC, you would probably get paid for the highlight. At least on CNBC, you get paid for the highlight. Wall Street Bets, you don't. You just get made fun of and called some nasty words that I can't say on stream because YouTube will. YouTube's pretty strict about censorship, but that's a topic for another day. Man, they are running Amazon up ahead of earnings here. So I'm going to pop off here, guys. I'm going to refill my coffee, kind of see what it's going to do. You guys have a great day. Be in the Discord. Join the options trading group on Facebook. We have a great community of traders. Nice to bounce ideas off. You guys have a great day. Stay safe. Stay green. It's us versus herd.